All right, so this is going to be a first. Doing book reviews. I've been reading books left and right like crazy, literally. And my first book review is going to be Mac Dre, A Crime That Was Never Committed. For anybody that is a fan of rap music, especially the West Coast, the Bay Area, is familiar with the hyphy music scene, thank Mac Dre for that. Even though he passed away in 2004, he had a big movement going on. Everybody in California knows him. When I went to Oakland, one of the main things that I wanted to do and see in Oakland was the Mac Dre mural over by the high school. And there's multiple other murals out there. I want to check them out next time I go out there. But yeah, this is going to be about Mac Dre. This is the book review for anybody that is interested in rap, hip hop, or just wants to get into reading and whatnot. This will be a great book. This book is by Donald Morrison, and it breaks down a lot of the history of Mac Dre. Where he was born, which was Oakland, and he moved to Vallejo. They interview his mom. It tells a little bit more in-depth history of Mac Dre outside of the music scene, and also what got him into the music, what changed his music style and whatnot. It's a great book. I learned a lot. Like, I'm a big fan of Mac Dre. I learned about him when I was in the boys' home. Everybody from Kansas City was talking about him. People from Kansas City were talking about Mac Dre so much that I thought he was from Kansas City. But come to find out, he passed away in Kansas City in 2004. A few days, I believe, after Halloween, there was a show that went out there. And within this book, Mac Dre and a lot of the people from Fizz Entertainment, the Romper Room Gang and all that stuff, they mentioned Kansas City numerous amount of times because he loved to perform in Kansas City. If you go back to Mac Dre's interviews, he mentions Kansas City. He talks about groupies in Kansas City. He talks about how much love he got in Kansas City. So Mac Dre, great book, great rapper, storyteller, made a great transition. He was a great rapper before he went to prison and a great rapper after he went to prison. But when he went to prison for a little bit of time, he came back and changed his style. And that's what really blew him up nationwide. And even internationally, people were talking about him overseas and whatnot. But it's crazy to think that a lot of rappers, which I did not know this until I read the book, and then there were a number of examples that popped out. And the examples of how Mac Dre inspired a lot of mainstream rappers too. A lot of mainstream rappers. Tupac was in here. He actually did shows with Tupac. E40, of course, was mentioned in this book. Who else was mentioned in this book? Then there was somebody else. But there was a lot of stuff. And I did not even know this. Mac Dre, they were even talking about signing to Cash Money Records at one point. And the thing I respect about Mac Dre is that a lot of record labels were picking him up. We're seeing his buzz, everything that he was doing. But he realized that he was doing more and making more being an independent rapper than to sign to a major record label. And this guy had a big heart. He wanted to get other people signed. He was going to sign people to his record label or get them on another platform. He was not selfish. He wanted to get people out there. He wanted to put the Bay Area on the scene. And another thing that blew my mind about this book was the fact that he had plans of making Fizz Entertainment the next or even bigger than Death Row Records. Like, it was going to be more than just the Bay Area. He had plans of making his record label huge. And that's the sad thing about it, is that all these goals and plans and the hard work that Mac Dre was putting in, and somebody took his life. Like, this guy was already doing great things, and he was working on doing greater things. It's a great read. Yeah, Cash Money talked about possibly signing Mac Dre. Death Row is how he wanted to expand and popularize his record label. His love for Casey and Casey's love for him was mentioned an amount of times. So yeah, there's interesting. Oh, Erica Badu was mentioned in this book. E40, of course, Be Legit, Sibo, other West Coast rappers and stuff. And it also opened my mind in here that it said that your own record label will intentionally try to block your success. If they do not like the direction you're going, if you rub them the wrong way, the record label that you are signed to will intentionally block your success. He was mentioning this about major record labels. Like, you ever known that one person, that those rappers or those singers or whatever, that came out as one-hit wonders? And you wonder what happened. They had great music, but it disputes with the record label. They're like, okay, let's get this person out of here. Let's get them out. And Chameleonaire mentioned that. That's why a lot of people knew who Chameleonaire was, but he realized that the record label that he was making money for was ripping him off, and he left. There's plenty of examples of this. And he stresses staying independent musically. He had his record label planned to be a really big record label. And Shock G was mentioned in here too. Because I remember when I first saw videos of Mac Dre, I was like, man, he looks like Shock G to me. And I guess Shock G, he really liked Shock G. He was a fan of Shock G and stuff like that. But yeah, he came out with the hippie style. He had his own the stunner shades, the big glasses on and whatnot. Go back and watch Mac Dre's. One of my favorite, a few of my favorite Mac Dre songs is Get Stupid, which I think that was the first song I actually heard, and I got hooked. That was Mac Dre, Get Stupid, Thiz Dance, Since '84. What other songs do I listen to? She Never Seen. A lot of this stuff. And the thing I like about Mac Dre is that he was good with either style. When he's talking about the deep conscious stuff, storytelling, funny stuff, or even just with his own wordplay, he had his own language. You know, they said the Bay Area has their own language and whatnot. Yada I mean. What else? And the party dance vibe, hyphy movement, all that stuff. Like, this book is great. The only thing I would say about this book that I wish could change about it, I wish this book was a little longer. That's what it is. What is this? This book was 182 pages. For some people, that might seem like, oh, that's enough. Man, but the story kept getting greater and greater and greater. Just to know more about not just the music scene, but just his upbringing in California, Northern California. And how a lot of people from the Bay Area and Northern California say that racism almost doesn't exist. Everybody blends up there. Everybody works together. Everybody's friends with everybody. And that's a great advantage to have, is to be around adversity, you know? So that's also what made his style even great too, because he hung with everybody. He knew everybody. And there was not any hate. There was not any biasness. He spoke deeply about the challenges that everybody faced, you know? And definitely a great book. Mac Dre, A Crime That Was Never Committed. Born in Oakland, raised in Vallejo, a.k.a. Valley Joe. Unfortunately passed away in Kansas City. And this book goes more in depth about that. Like I said, when I was in the boys' home, I found out about Mac Dre. But also, a lot of people were saying that Fat Tone was the one that did it. But a lot of people were just speculating and saying stuff like that. And unfortunately, Fat Tone lost his life due to other people's speculations and rumors and allegations. And that's messed up. You know, a lot of people passed away due to the passing of Mac Dre. But for those that have not heard of him, check out his music. I just gave y'all a list. Mac Dre, Get Stupid. Mac Dre, Thiz Dance. Mac Dre, Since '84. Mac Dre, She Never Seen. All types of... The playlist could go on and on and on. But those are just some of my favorites that I play back and back. But you got to... open up your mind and never forget the legends. Never forget the legends. Bay Area legend, hyphy movement, coordinator, originator, and people are still sampling his music. People are still giving him shout outs. People are still making murals about him. There's a reason why. So for anybody that's never heard of Mac Dre, check it out. And once you listen to his music, get this book. Donald Morrison, Mac Dre, A Crime That Was Never Committed. All right. That's enough for this book review. I got some more books. Like I said, I've been reading a lot of books. And it's always great to give your insight, your input, and what you get from them. You know, nobody should be entertained and watch anything and read anything and not getting anything out of it. So there's a lot that I've learned through here. And he stresses the importance of staying independent. Snappy Farine, no fake excuse, face the truth, and taste the proof. I'll see y'all go. I'm out of here.